Recorded? Yeah. Okay, cool. Got that done. So, like Mitch said, my name is not Mitch. My name is Chuck Hanson. I don't know. I came in on Mitch's, and I can't figure out how to change that yet, but I'll get around to that. I've been involved in Valentus since May, the end of May 2018. I got a call from Dave Jordan and Rick Geralds, who I've known Rick for over 20 years. I've known Dave for over 8 years. And they told me about a weight loss coffee. Well, it just so happens that I was the fattest I had ever been in my life. I was 215 and never thought that I'd ever get that fat. But, stuff happens. I was flying around the world. I was eating too much, too often, and too well. And as a result of that, I kept blowing up. And it was either, had I not have been fat, I probably wouldn't have listened to that call. So I guess everything happens for a reason. And I listened to a call on May the 19th. I heard these incredible testimonials. I called Dave back and Rick back after the call, and I said, you know what? I said, I appreciate you inviting me on. I said, I'm not interested in building a team, but I will become a customer. I'll buy some coffee and see how it goes. Well, that was then. Obviously, that whole thing has changed, right? My whole opinion and my plans. I was kind of semi-retired, kind of consulting, and here I am now building another team. I've been in the network marketing industry for 30 years now, full time. I've made over $15 million. I built organizations of over 400,000 people in 39 countries. I've been all over the globe, done tens of thousands of meetings, and I'm sure loving technology, right? I mean, I don't have to go through security and TSA and all of those things. But then again, we can't have lunch either, so or dinner. So we'll get over there and do that. But I decided to join Valentus because of the timing and the timing and the timing. And so that's what I want to go over with you here today after you take a look at my sexting pictures. I was afraid I might get arrested for sending these out, but, I've lost a little weight, 215 to 175. So, things are, my wife now calls me skinny, and skinny and my name have never been in the same sentence together. So it's just how it is. So let me introduce you to what I think and what a lot of people think is the best kept secret in the industry, and that is a company called Valentus. This almost 5-year-old company is just absolutely poised for huge expansion over the next 3 to 5 years. And I'll get into that in a little bit. Let me give you some stats. That's Dave Jordan. Dave is a very, very unique individual. Had anybody else been running this company, I kind of doubt that I would be here. But Dave is 51 years old. He married his childhood sweetheart, and first girl he ever dated. And, they have no children except for Valentus. We are now all Dave's kids, if you will. It launched in 2014, and that's a big plus, guys. Let me tell you, it's not a startup. So they've overcome all the startup, things that happen. And, they're, like I said, they're poised for great expansion over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. Backed by millions of dollars, debt-free company, millions of dollars in the bank, as a matter of fact, and over $80 million in sales so far. So, they've got all the bugs worked out, and this is the perfect time to catch a company. I tell people all the time that it's easy to make money in network marketing. All you got to do is catch a company at the right time, at the right place, with the right products, with the right compensation plan, with the right ownership, and have all those stars lined up, and you can make a fortune. So That's what I'm planning on doing. Hopefully, if you're here, you want to change your life. So let me tell you a little bit about our online business. And I love an online business. You know, we don't have to stock products. We don't have to do any of those things. We can sponsor people anywhere in the world, and we can ship products to anywhere in the world. So that's a real plus. You know, so we've got a totally global, seamless compensation plan and opportunity. So, you know, our product line, health and vitality. I mean, what can be any better than that? Nobody would hardly guess that I'm 95. Except for my wife and, you know, our kids, and, you know, but, you know, I've never felt better in my life. And, you know, part of that obviously is because I've lost 40 pounds. My doctors are amazed. My cardiologist, I don't know if he's going to want to see me again. You know, my GP, I just did a year physical, and he said, you know what? He said, I wish everybody your age was in a good as shape as you are. He says, I got people that are 20 years younger than you that are not in the shape that you're in. So preventative maintenance, right? And all of those things. But our product line is just absolutely phenomenal. Our product line is expanding through the purchase of a company called Skinny Body Care. And we added 6 products to our line. The ageless product, which I've used, and a few of their other products. And I love them, you know. Weight loss and coffee. This is what got my attention. When Dave Jordan told me that he was introducing a weight loss coffee, I said, well, that's kind of unique. You know, everybody drinks coffee, and probably everybody's, you know, would like to lose some weight. Maybe not a lot of weight, but maybe just, you know, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. I mean, I talked to some women, and they go, well, yeah, I'd like to lose 3 pounds. 3 pounds? I've eaten a steak bigger than 3 pounds. So, you know, it's, but to each their own, right? But that's what got my attention, because it you know, coffee is just one of those commodities that everybody knows what it is. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to ask somebody to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you. The last flight I was on, I changed my flight, got in a middle seat, right, and had to give up my first class seat, but I got in a middle seat, and lo and behold, what you know, 2 rather large women sat down next to me, one on my left, one on the right, and I said, ladies, I said, congratulations, it's your lucky day. And they go, oh no, it's your lucky day. And I go, well, okay, probably so. But I said, I'm buying coffee. They go, well, coffee on the flight is free. And I said, no. I said, I've got special coffee. And I started showing them my coffee. We started talking. They couldn't wait to get the hot water, right? They couldn't wait to get the hot water. And so anyway, both of them have become customers. And I'm sure if I ever see them again, I'm sure that they'll be just a, you know, a small, you know, parcel of what they were when they sat down next to me. So, you know, obesity, you know, I never thought that I was ever going to get that fat. And I'm sure a lot of people just don't pay attention, and, you know, they just see themselves, you know, Americans go on diets every 90 days. This diet and that diet and the Atkins diet and the keto diet and this diet and that diet. And, you know, most of them are difficult to maintain. They're expensive, and it takes a change. You know, you got to do shakes, and you got to do this, or you got to order special food. You know, what I love about Valentus is I'm not dieting, right? I can eat anything I want. I can eat pizza. I can eat ice cream. I can eat, you know, anything I want. However, my brain, because our product interacts, you know, neurologically with your brain, and I have found a couple of people that it doesn't work on. So I'm just wondering whether or not they actually had a brain. You know, if you take the product, if you drink a cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee every morning on an empty stomach, let it get into your bloodstream, let it start working neurologically like it's supposed to. It shuts off your hunger sensors. It shuts off your craving sensors. It makes you feel like you're full, right? I mean, I can only eat a fraction of what I used to be able to eat, and I mean a fraction. So, you know, it is an amazing product. And, you know, I was talking to a buddy of mine down in Florida this morning, and he said, you know, he said, there's enough overweight people just in the state of Florida for me to make $1 million a month. And I go, well, you're probably right. And he lives on a 160-foot yacht in Hollywood, Florida, in a marina. Just got his product today, dumped it out on the table, and there were 2 people there, you know, that work at the marina, and they go, what is all that stuff? And he said, that's what's going to get me skinny. You know, it's weight loss coffee. They all go, hey, we want some. We want some. So they all sat down together and had, you know, 3 cups of coffee. And he called me later, and he says, they're both getting in. They're both getting in. And so that's how easy it is to share. And, you know, our product line, when we first came out, the canister was the only product we had. That's the way it was packaged. Now it's in individual servings. I buy both because I love to give away the individual servings or sell them in a you know, in a sample pack in a 6-day trial. Or, you know, to some people that are special, I give them a whole canister, right? And just let them try it for a while and get some results, because I know, again, that they will get results from the product. So a product is priced very inexpensively, right? $59.95 to a 3-pack for $129, 6-pack for $199, or the big kahuna, the best way to start is the $356, $499. So, and I'll explain, there's a lot of reasons why you want to start at that. Yeah, Mitch said that he loves his slide. I love it too, because, you know, there's so many times in our life. I mean, there was a time in my life, I met with a guy by the name of Fred Smith, and I met with him in an airplane hangar of all places on an airport. And he was telling me about how he was going to revolutionize the way that packages were delivered. I sat back and I said, yeah, but Fred, we have the post office, you know. And he said, yeah. He said, but right now I have 2 jets and I've got to hide both of them because they're actually looking for them. So I didn't think it was a very good opportunity for me to participate in. That meeting with Fred Smith was the Fred Smith that started Federal Express, right? There were 6 people in the room. And I could have said yes, like some of those people said yes, and I wouldn't be doing this webinar today. But I didn't, so I am. So you know, you accept the opportunity and you figure out how to do it later. I talked to you about timing. I've experienced vertical growth, or something that the industry calls momentum, twice in my 30-year career in the network marketing industry. And in both cases, I made millions of dollars. Not because I was particularly smart, but because I caught the company at the right time, at the right place, with the right products, with the right management team, with all the right things going on. And that's what, you know, after I tried the coffee, after I lost 9 pounds the first week, 18 pounds the first month, I jumped on an airplane, flew up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota to meet with Dave. I analyzed the company like I analyzed my clients, right? And I sat there for 2 days, and Dave, you know, was gracious enough to give me access to a lot of material, and I could see very clearly that they were ready for this vertical growth to happen, and I could either participate in it or I could sit back and watch it happen. So I didn't want to watch it happen. I wanted to get in and participate. But, guys, this is right where we're at. We're a little above that right now. I mean, we're growing, crazy. And when a company starts getting into that 4 million, 5 million, 6 million a month, growth, there's enough people making money. There's enough people with testimonials. There's enough people with a belief that the company is going to make it. And then everybody comes aboard, right? Only the pioneers come aboard down here and over here, the ones that have more vision, right? Like you guys. And when we go into that vertical growth, my checks have gone from a nice 5-figure check monthly to a 6-figure check. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. So what I'm predicting and what now Dave is predicting, and I hear John talking about these numbers, I told Dave, hey, buddy, based on what I've looked at, this is what's going to happen to us. And, 40 to 50 million, I think, is very conservative for 2019. 2020, 400 million, that's a 10x growth, right? 10 times growth. And when that happens, you're going to see absolutely phenomenal things happening. 2021 will double up, right? We'll hit 800 million, maybe $1 billion. And, if we make it to $1 billion by 2022, we'll have made it to $1 billion company faster than Microsoft. Pretty interesting. Go look at the companies and how long it took them all to get to $1 billion. So let's talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's making money, right? I mean, it's not the most important thing in my life, but it's right up there next to oxygen, right? And so I've lived without money and I've lived with money, and I can tell you right now that it's a whole lot better to live with it than without it. And what I love about Valentus and network marketing, and that's why I got involved and got started in this industry 30 years ago. It's a level playing field. You get paid for what you're worth. If you're not worth very much, you won't get paid very much, but if you're willing to hang in there, do the things that are necessary on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and an annual basis, and you just stay, consistent and persistent, then, the income will continue to grow, and you'll go through those stages of income from, I can't believe that I'm doing all this work and I'm not making very much money, to the second phase where, hey, you know what, this might be working. My wife, when I first got started, she opened up my first check, saw it was $43, and she said, you worked that hard and you made $43, you need to quit. And I said, no, I can't. You don't understand, I can't quit. There's people that are much stupider than I am that are making a lot of money every month, and I know I can do at least that well. And so when my checks did get to 6 figures a month, she opened them up, and she, I can remember her saying, hey, honey, I'm so glad I talked you into doing this network marketing thing, because, it was the best decision I ever made. And I said, yes, honey, it was the best decision you ever made. So, hey, our bonuses with the Valentus compensation plan are absolutely phenomenal. I've looked and designed a lot of different compensation plans, and this has got all the right things, right? It's got a fast start bonus, which is amazing, 20%. And then it's got a legacy bonus, another 20%. It's got a dual team up to $100,000 a week. Our top earner right now is... his dual team bonus was $48,000 last week, right? Just a dual team bonus, just one component of the $48,000. So he'll make it to $100,000 a week, shortly. The matching bonus and the global bonus pool, and of course a car bonus. So everybody's got to have a car bonus, and there's the car. I think it looks like a Tesla, but I'm not sure. It could be a Maserati. Hey, ranks, very important. I'm at double diamond right now, trying to get to triple diamond. because as soon as I get to triple diamond, my income goes up, right? I'm capped out right now. I'm making all the money I can make as a double diamond, and but my organization is larger, so I'm not getting paid on everything. So I've got to get to triple diamond. So it's just it's one of those things that has to happen. So very, it's not, well, it's not easy, but then again, it's not difficult either. It just takes building, both of your teams, paying attention, staying focused. I get recruited all the time, and I just tell people that I'm not a prospect. I'm not a prospect. This is my last rodeo, and I'm going to stay here as long as Dave will let me stay here, and so we will go and build this together. Like I said, there's 4 ways to get started. I really don't, care for option 1. I don't really care for option 2. I'm not a big fan of option 3, which means that there's really only one way to get started, and that's option 4, right? And I say that because, you qualify for some more money. It maximizes the compensation plan. So why not, maximize what you're going to be paid if you're going to do it at all? So, I hear people say, well, but it's $499. Hey, that's too bad. This is a global business that millions of dollars has been spent on, and it costs you $20 to get started one time, and then you buy some products. Hey, that's how it is. So start at the $499. You'll thank me later. There's ways that we can do it. We can give away samples. We can sell samples. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right? I mean, whatever course you have to take. There's lots of people that are doing the 6-day experience, selling 6 trial packs for $20. No hesitation for people buying a product that could help them lose weight for $20. I mean, they bought all kinds of crazy things over their lifetime for a lot more money than $20 that didn't work. So, I see people buying and selling these trial packs, ordering a business builder package every month, right? And selling trial packs, following up, selling trial packs, following up, just doing that. So, like I said, give them away, sell them, do whatever really works for you. As far as all the things, this is what I love about a company that's almost 5 years old. They got lots of stuff. They've been able to create lots of systems. They've been able to create a culture. They've been able to create events that are taking place. They've been able to create a magazine, a newsletter, all the things that, a startup company is thinking about doing, right? And telling you, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Well, you don't have to wait for it coming. It's already here. So, I mean, you can go to valentuscalls.com and have all of our calls. Everything's recorded. Everything's there. So go to valentuscalls.com. And while you're at it, I have to commend the people that just put together the new website, which is called I Am Team Valentus. I am teamvalentus.com. So go take a look at that site. They have done an absolutely spectacular job at it, and very, very creative, very, very sexy website. So all the information on there, the videos on there and everything are just absolutely phenomenal. So a leadership summit, whatever you need to do, plane, train, or automobile to Henderson, Nevada, which is a suburb of Las Vegas, on the 27th through the 30th of March. Plane, train, or automobile, whatever you have to do. Bunk up with some people, pitch a tent, sleep in a car, whatever you have to do in order to participate in that event, you need to do it because it will elevate your belief system, right? You'll have much more confidence. You'll have less fear. And I won't say you're going to get rid of all your fear. That's going to take a while, but you're going to have much less fear. And so, come to Las Vegas. It was just snowing there the other day. I mean, the pass from LA to Vegas was closed because the snow level got down to 1,500 feet. And one of the guys sent me a video from his backyard, had shown me his tennis court. He said, it's snowing all over my tennis court. Oh, well, hey, this is the reason I got into network marketing, right? I saw people having more fun than I was. They were working from home that I wasn't. They were able to do things all the time on their schedule, not on somebody else's schedule. I spent 16 years building an advertising agency, and I was at the beck and call of my clients. If they said, Chuck, something screwed up, you need to be here, I was on an airplane getting my butt over to wherever that CEO or chief marketing officer was so that I could save that account. And it's just, there's so many good attributes about network marketing. There's nobody that can tell me that network marketing doesn't work, right? I mean, it works if you work. So, get off the dime and come and join us. Here's something that I talk about all the time. If you were given a choice to receive $1 million in a month or a penny doubled every day for 30 days, which one would you choose? Well, for all of us who have seen this before, it's hint, take the penny, right? Because there's what happens. And the same thing happens in network marketing. You go through those stages of growth. Do you think that John Hermanza, now, making $60,000 a week, do you think that he thinks that maybe this won't work? No, he's at that stage, like I was. You make $250,000 a month, and you don't really have to do a lot of anything. I mean, I didn't do anything for years. I went on vacation. I traveled the world. We had a house in Grand Cayman. I had a house in the mountains, a ski house, and then I had the big house in Austin on the lake. So there wasn't anything that I had to do. I was going to make the same amount of money every day, whether I worked or not. So I chose not to work, and my team was working ahead, and I showed up at all the big events. So, like I said, that's kind of the stages that you go through. And, when we go into this vertical growth, I saw my organization before double. I mean, it was just 1 month it was 5,000 people. The next month it was 10,000 people. I mean, it was just absolutely phenomenal. The best type of advertising is obviously word of mouth. That's why network marketing companies are exploding, right? They're just absolutely exploding. So here's a system. Again, what I love about a 5-year-old company is that they've got systems in place, and it's free, right? It's called a power line system, and it's absolutely phenomenal. This is the first day of the last week of the month. So Friday is a brand new week. Thursday at midnight Pacific time, we compressed the database. And what I mean by compress, we took the people that were down this power line, down your power line, who placed an order, and we moved those people above all the people that were still thinking about placing an order. So today, they're looking at their genealogy. They could have been the last person on that line. In fact, I know one that was. And he jumped up above all of these other people and that are still kind of sitting there thinking about it. So in your back office, or have the person that has invited you to this send that power line movie to you so you can understand that system. But it's absolutely phenomenal. Here's happy faces, a lot of the happy faces, and I just love it that you guys put this together. And but happy faces. I sent some pictures to Dave Jordan the other day that I got from Dell and from Marianne and from Mitch and some of the people in Africa. And I said, Dave, I said, doesn't it make your heart feel good, that you've been able to offer people that you don't know, an opportunity to do something extraordinary, right? And that's the excitement. I built organizations in all kinds of countries, and where the average income was $200, $300, $400 a month, and I had people making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a week, and so they were able to help their families and a lot of other people, do some things. So, it's phenomenal, guys. Last question, if there was a chance that a $500 investment in 10 hours a week, part-time effort over the next 3 to 5 years could produce a 6-figure annual income, would you do it? Most people would say, yeah, I think I would do it. Well, what if it produced a 6-figure monthly income? Would you do it? Now people are starting, well, I don't know. The 6 figures monthly, you got to pay a lot of taxes if you're going to get into that income bracket. Come on, give me a break. You would do it. And that's what's going on here. I've been able to produce an income, a 6-figure incomes, annualized income, in 7 months. 7 months. Now, granted, I worked full time. Rick and John have produced $1 million incomes. Granted, they've been here for 4.5 years, but that can happen to you. I know it's going to happen to me. I know just as sure as I'm doing this webinar today that I'll make as much money as Rick is now. Rick will be making as much money as John is. John will be off to the stratosphere. And then soon I'll be making as much money as John is. You'll be making as much money as I am. And it just kind of moves as your organization and network grows. You continue to make more and more and more and more money, right? And that's why John and Rick's checks are bigger than mine. That's their organizations are big. What are you? Are you going to be one of those people that watch it happen, make it happen, or wonder what in the world just happened? It's you got to be one of the three. You got to have. You're either, hey, yes, I want in. I want to get started right now. I want to buy that business builder pack, and let's get started today. Or maybe you've got some questions. Get a hold of whoever invited you onto this webinar, and get them to plug you into somebody like Mitch or Dell or Marianne or myself or Rick or John, and get your questions answered, right? This is what we do for a living. Or if you just say, you know what, no, I've decided I'm not going to make any more money. I don't want to have the responsibility of, cashing those big checks, or, having my relatives all think that I'm involved in some type of pyramid scheme. So I'm passing on making that money. So, there are a few people like that. So with that, have fun, make money, help people, if it's not simple, don't do it. So, hey, I want to thank you for joining me here today. What I'm going to do now is turn this puppy back over to Mitch and let him go through the next portion of the event. So, Mitch, you can take it away anytime you want, buddy.
Well, thanks a lot, Chuck. Great job. You've been a huge help for our team, and I appreciate the awesome turnout that we had. Tomorrow we're going to do a training, and we look forward to even a bigger turnout tomorrow. So I want to call on a couple of people just to share their testimonial, their story a little bit. First person I want to ask would be Marianne. She happens to be sitting right next to me. Chuck, give me the controls back if you would, or I'll take them back. So Marianne, Can you share a little bit, please?
Can you unmute me?
I don't know. I can't.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mitch and Mr. Chuck. This was an awesome presentation. We got a lot of people coming on board. This is what happens when things line up, when the stars line up, and when you are connected to the right coach and the right mentorship and the right people to work with. One day, somebody told me, actually, this was Napoleon Hill's grandson. He told me that if you want to win in network marketing, find people that you want to work with. And people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So I knew Mr. Mitch from previous companies. We have been in network marketing before. And I saw him posting on Facebook how he's losing weight. And weight loss has always been a challenge for me. So after several months, he actually did not tell me what he was doing. I had to ask him what he was doing, which really wasted 3 months of my time. I should have joined way earlier. So we met up, and he told me what he was doing, what Chuck had told him about this magic coffee. And I asked him, where is the coffee? He didn't even have a sample. So he had to go back to the car to get some coffee, and he brought it to me, and I tried it. I asked if I could take it home. And I went away to Colorado, where I was going for travel nursing. And I continued taking my product. And I noticed my energy, my mood was elevated. I was losing pounds. And I told him I needed some more. And he told me, well, you've got to order online. So I went, ordered another can. I paid the $20. He didn't tell me not to pay. So I ordered my can and paid my $20. And I continued taking my product and continued working. And my friend Dell, who had just joined, was with me, and she started trying the product. And she noticed that her weight was going down, but she was traveling to Hawaii, forgot to take her coffee. And when she came back, she said, I need that product. While I was flying, I noticed that I didn't have the cravings for the snacks in the plane. And my daughter, Tracy, has been struggling with weight, and I would like to help her. So they took the product. We continued taking the product. Well, one day I came from work, and Dad had gotten on the phone with Mitch and signed up and joined as a Ruby. So we started building the business, and she introduced the product to her friends, Christina, Jackie, and many others. We really didn't know what we were doing. We were just doing 3 ways with Mitch, Chuck, Rick. We didn't have this training. And lo and behold, the group has grown to this, and the rest is history. So I'm very excited. I've been earning some money. I'm feeling great. All know that I work at night. And here I am still awake. I'll be with Mitch till maybe later today working on tomorrow's training. So I have a lot of energy, and it's unbelievable what I'm able to do with this product. Back to you, Mr. Mitch.
All right, fantastic. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a fast start training here. So if you'll indulge me for a second. And if you're not muted, please mute yourself out. Okay? And hang on one second. Fine. Okay. Hey, Chuck, did you shut off the recording? Yeah, okay, great. Okay, let me figure this out. Here we go. All right, fantastic. So y'all should be able to see my